We're off to Sweets Tea Rooms in the, or on the, I should say, on the Somerset Levels, except they call it the Somerset Levels, but it's the Somerset Unlevels as far as I'm concerned. Last time I was here, I was on the Bonneville because the problems with the YB had raised their ugly head. And I mean, God, it was horrendous running around on these little dykes on this Bonneville, where the subsidence on the road is really, really bad. So this time I'm on the XSR 125. I've got Colin and Roger behind me. It's for me, it's a 50-mile ride just to get to the start of the run. More than 50 miles actually. It's taken me 2 hours, or will have by the time I get there. And then we have a little ride around the levels, or the unlevels. And have a spot of lunch and come home again. Not a very nice morning. I've shivered a few times. It's a day of rain yesterday. It's probably about 15 degrees, but it doesn't feel like it when you're travelling through the air at 40-50 miles an hour. Anyway, let's see what the day brings. One of my old sessions is whether I get a nod or not. And on this bike, because it looks like a real motorbike, I do invariably get a nod. I have noticed if I'm stopped at traffic lights and somebody's coming towards me, they have enough time to suss out that actually I'm only on a little bike, so I don't deserve it all. Oh, just arriving at Sweets Cafe. Hopefully there'll be a reasonable turnout today. Kevin's here. Oh, Dave's here. Alright, mate? Alright, Dave? No. Well, I had the right gear when I came back from France, didn't I? And look what happened.
Well, you never had the right gear because your leg is far down.
You need an elastic band round it.
What, stop the rats?
Yeah. I'm going to be at the back for a change.
So you can see my rear end.
Yeah. Right, off we go then. On a rather breezy morning on the Somerset Levels. Probably can't see it in the camera, but there's all sorts of undulations in the road here. So basically we are only a few miles here from Glastonbury, or Pilton, where the rock festival is. Makes a change for me not to be at the front. Much prefer it back here. Drink up ye cider, drink up ye cider, for tonight I'll bury be. In the clover, and there's still more cider in the jar. Local song, that. Somerset cider. Yeah, we're up and down small little hillocks here. Bit of a hill. Rather unusual in these climbs. Pardon the pun. So how many of us are those? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 8. Rod's 9. Alan's 10. Yeah, if you can see out through that gate there. Bit of a view across the Mendips. Little church here on the right. Glastonbury 6 miles. It's funny, the second part, we're doing the second part of the run first. For Rod did say why he was thinking of doing that, but this is on higher ground than the other bit of the run. Here we all are, look. Cyclist, he can keep up with us, no problem. Don't seem to know this part very well. I think I end up going home for the second bit. This is ball busting, this road. Here's young Dave and old Dave in front of him. Oh, do I remember this? I don't know. Here's old Dave. I'm sure old Dave won't mind me saying, but another year has come round for him. I won't say his actual age, but he was 90 last year. And he has a birthday tomorrow. So, happy birthday, Dave. I would go past Rob, but I don't know where the hell we are. I do remember one area of subsidence here last year, and it honestly knocked me right out of my seat. I was up in the air. I'm completely lost, I am. I dare not go past the next turning. I'll turn around and get some shots of them going by. Oh, they won't be going that way, so... There's like a labyrinth down here. Mind you, it's like a labyrinth up where I live as well. And there's plenty of roads near where I live, but I've never been on. Really? Heaven knows where we are now. Oh, Mark. I guess this was Mark. Oh. A nice effluvia of roast dinner coming out of that pub. Mrs. Little has promised me roast chicken for the third week in a row, which is a little bit... I suppose I should think myself lucky, but I must admit, roast chicken, I'm getting a little bit, I'm finding a little bit tiresome. Give me some lamb, ram in the lamb. I want a fork and some pork. get my teeth into some beef. Well, we've done about 20 miles already. So we must be coming to the end of part 1 at some point. Where are we now? Are we nearly there? Well, it feels like we're beating the bounds here, which is what the Morris dancers do. Still in Wedmore, are we? Yeah, we're in Wedmore. All the cyclists out. Wow. A place that time forgot. Well, I trust that Alan knows the way, because I'm buggered if I do. Right, I'm assuming he knows the way. Because I am clueless. We've got all these bikes here, which are slowing us down, so I'm not going to be able to follow the others, particularly if we do the other half, which I think we probably will. Well, I'm going to anyway. I'm planning to. I don't know where the nearest fuel is. Possibly back in Wells. Turn right up here, I think. No, I thought this was it, but it's not. I'm talking complete crap here actually, but chatting away to myself. Oh! Wow, total disorientation. Normally I seem to know where I'm going, but clueless today. I'm not sure I've done that second half before.
On the route sheet. First bit did, yeah. I thought, what's going on here? I got so many miles on here. I must have got a rod detour.
Ah, I see. I mean, we've done about 28 miles, 27 miles. You can't hear.
No.
The engine compressor. That on the back. And I'll just cut the engine noise from that. And I'm going to try to see. There they all are, out for round 2. The petrified tree is no longer there. That's where we got to turn right. No way I can get past them now. Ooh, fuck. Expletive, expletive. Shit, that was some bloody bump there. See, this is what happens when you get something like that. My sense of decorum goes out of the window. And I revert to type. This is terrible, right? God, the state of this. Oh, this road is in a bad way. Sand, this place is called. It's actually called Sand. Go over to Sand and get some sand. You do go down this really bumpy road in a minute. got some people behind me now, which makes it a bit more interesting. Young Dave in front of me. There's signs up all over the place for cider. It's got to be Scrumpy, I assume. Snake Lane. Oh. Turn right at the petrified tree that is no longer there. You probably can't see this on the GoPro, but this is a very steep hill. Maybe you get a perspective when you can see where it flattens out at the bottom. Mess there. In fact, all the way along it's a bloody terrible state. My God, it gets worse and worse each time I come along it. Oh, and there's a nice big ball breaker. From 4K to HD because I knew I was going to run out of space on a card. We're just coming up to 40 miles actually, so this is could well turn out to be a 50-mile run. I think we have to turn off right here again in a minute. Little corners and crannies and nooks and crannies we get ourselves into. On the right hand side of us here we've got quite a hill. You can see it. But I mean this would all have been underwater at one time, including going all the way up to cheek spraying all the way up there. It was, you can see from the sedimentary rock that it was all underwater. God. These little mountains in the road aren't easy to deal with. Yeah. Slippery under here. No sun on it. Rain for days, weeks, months. I've said this before, but I'll say it again, just because I like hearing the sound of my own voice. But because of my job as a tour guide, or my business as a tour guide, I'm very anal about the weather. And in my backyard, I have a rain gauge, and the average rainfall in Tetbury and the Cotswolds is between 25 and 30 inches a year. I measure it on a rolling annual basis, week by week, and at the moment we're on 46 inches of rain in the last 12 months. We had a very dry spring last year, or winter and spring last year in 23, and when I went to Scotland on the YB, the weather was absolutely unbelievable, but it began to break up in July last year, and from August onwards it has peed down with rain. And I don't mean on a biblical scale, but it's just been rain, 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 rain. And my preferred weather forecasting app, which is called 4K, I could rely on it. Three days ahead, I could totally rely on it. It said there was going to be no rain today, and what happens? I step outside the door to come down here, and it's raining. So anyway, it's no point in complaining about it, is there? We're all having a lovely morning. It's a bit chilly for July, that's to be said. But what the hell? I definitely recognise these roads more than the other one that we did first. Because I think what happens is we get back and end up having lunch or something, and then we decide not to, those of us that have come the furthest decide to go home. Ooh, looks like a circus here. Possible. Yeah, there's a circus. Or is it a festival of some kind? Maybe a festival. Oh, blimey. Perhaps it's scouts. Looks like a scout camp. Right, Rog? you looking down at? Eh? You don't expect a traffic jam out here, do you?
That we had to put to sleep. All the lovers hoped that we could break the spell. All the lovers, we went down the wishing well.
Good God. Dear oh dear. And these roads are not ideal for caravans. Right, so we parked in there once and got told off because it belonged to the pub. I think they didn't like it because we went in there and started eating our own biscuits and bananas. Oh God, she's in the middle of the road. God almighty. Well, all credit to Rod, I can say, you know, for managing to find his way around this lot. Because it all looks the same to me. About 45 miles up to now. I've done 100 miles since home. I've got a feeling this is the way we came in just when we arrived this morning. But maybe it isn't. I'm not sure I recognise all this in the road. No. Ouch! I think this might be where that huge bit of subsidence was that I came over last year. Oh! There's another one. Shit, is that one? That's the one I went over last year. Shoot. I said shoot. You know, ball breaking, as I say. Dear oh dear. There we are. Thank goodness the kids have been born. Bloody ball breaking that last bit of road.
Well, a proper adventure bike like this, you'll be alright.
I do remember coming along there. Were you here last year? I was on the Triumph and I was going a bit faster. And I mean, literally, your backside's off the seat almost.
I stand up on this one, look.
Yeah.
Stand up, let it ride.
Yeah.
You sit in the seat, you're going to get chucked about all over the place.
Yeah.